What's up, everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Snapcast. I am Alex Blackard, as always, joined by Kyle Vance.
Hello.
And Evan Bruce.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Today we have GP Stockholm, SCG Syracuse, hashtag SCG New York. First, we're going to talk about the GP Stockholm. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you very much for hanging out. If you're watching this on YouTube, you want to go and follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/SnapcastMTG, and vice versa. Just search us on YouTube, you'll find us, the Snapcast. But yeah, Kyle, today was GP Stockholm. Who won that one? Who brought it home?
Andrei Strosky, which is kind of funny.
Because he retired?
Because he retired at the beginning of this year, and he's top-aided the last two GPs in Europe. So it's kind of funny.
Did you see he switched his Twitter information that he says the no longer retired?
Oh, did he really?
That's great.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, so he made top
Whoops.
8. He beat Luis Salvato in the semifinals, and there's a little bit of drama there because
quite a bit.
a lot, because Andre actually wants Luis Salvato to win because him and Seth Manfield have kind of a beef right now.
Ooh.
So it's a little bit of drama.
What Kyle's talking about is Player of the Year, by the way.
Yeah, Player of the Year is going to be. We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Andre Strosky tweeted out after he beat Salvato. He tweeted out, "Didn't want you to lose. Wanted you to beat Seth. You just got to wait a week." And it's pretty funny. It's like, that's pretty good. But yeah, he was playing Bant Spirits, one of the two copies in the top 8.
Yep, I have it on camera now, so.
Yeah, so as you can see in this list, we have a lot of the regulars, the Drug School Captains, Noah Hire because it's the Bant version.
Yeah.
Going down to one copy of Rattle Chains. I actually really like that, making room for Geist of St. Traft.
Yes.
And then playing
big fan.
Playing 4 collected companies, 4 Path Exile, all that good stuff. Mana Base looks great. He's got 3 Horizon Canopy, and I think he was playing 1 Moorland Haunt. Yeah.
Yep.
His deck was pretty clean. I like it a lot. It looked really, really good. And in the finals, he beat Blue-White Control.
Yep.
And that was Joel Larson, is he Hall of Fame or just very, very good?
Just
He's
very,
very
good.
close to Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Joel Larson, been a fantastic player for quite a while. Blue-White Control, there it is. Joel Larson, Blue-White Control, 2 Jace, 2 Teferi, which is kind of different than regular because you usually see 3 Jace in those.
Yeah.
The Oust in the main is something I like a lot.
I've seen a lot of those blue-white decks shifting towards main board Oust, at least one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 Snap is like one more than I'm usually used to seeing. I really liked the 1 Settled Wreckage in the main. That seems really, really good right now. But yeah, his list looks very clean to me.
I don't know if I like the 1 Mana Leak.
No?
I feel like that could be a Spell Snare or a 3rd Logic Knot. But other than that, that's just nitpicky.
Spell Snare will be included, I'm sure, in a lot of Blue-White and Jeskai lists coming up whenever Astro.
The trophy.
Yeah, Astro, as I'm calling it. But yeah, Joel Larson's deck looks very clean. Of course, Strosky's. I mean, Bant Spirits is legit, right? We talked about it a lot last week. It's back again. Geist of St. Traft seems to be that nice 3-drop. I mean, you slammed Geist on turn 3 against a deck that doesn't have creatures.
I mean, turn 2 off Noble.
Yeah, let me tell you, that's where it's really at.
Yeah. So
I kind of want to point out something pretty funny. There was a deck in the top 8 that I might have picked up this weekend. I played at a PPTQ, and it's actually picking up steam right now. It won the Modern Online championship, and it's been pretty hot lately, and it's Mono White Martyr.
Yeah.
I picked it up for the PPTQ Saturday. Deck felt really good. I played almost the exact same list that Elias Cloaker played here. I played almost the exact same number of whatever, but I didn't play the Crucible or Rune Halo. Yeah, cards, whatever. I didn't play the Crucible or the Rune Halo, but I wish I really did, because both those cards would have helped in the matches I'd have lost in.
Are you playing Hallowed Burial?
I played a Terminus instead.
Why? Is it just another nod to Meddling Mage?
It's just a lot of different ways to get rid of stuff. And Hollow Barrel is good against anything that gives indestructible because it's Terminus.
Right.
So I kind of hedged to playing a Terminus instead of it because it costs 1 mana more sometimes, but 4 mana less a lot of the time.
Sure.
So I hedged that. I really like it in here. It seems really good if there's a lot of like dumb creature decks going around. And something that we saw at the SCG Tour was there's a lot of burn. And this deck literally cannot lose to burn. So if there's a lot of burn, a lot of aggro in your format,
literally its job is to just gain a shit ton of life.
I played against burn twice at the PPTQ, and I beat it twice, and it didn't feel too close. There were some games that were like, meh, like I could have drawn a Martyr, but outside of that, it just felt really, really good.
What'd you lose to?
I lost to Blue-White Control and Mono-Red Prison, which I absolutely hated. I mean,
I love
just
that
like
deck.
And Staring Bridge, Chalice of the Void, just not fun cards.
Yeah, but deck's sweet.
No, it's not. Don't talk to me. Anyway,
so
the
yeah,
rest of the top 8.
Andre Strasky, we got Storm, we got.
So you had one Storm deck, you had one more Bant Spirits, you had one Jeskai, and 2 more Blue-White Control. So literally half of the top 8 was Blue-White X Control.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we called this quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On this show, so we're doing something right. Last week we also called Bant Spirits being correct, like the better of the 2 varieties. So. Yeah. So
I do want to real quick give a shout out to my boy Hunter, who played Burn against me, and we both kept really bad one-landers. And it was just really funny. The first one to draw a second land won.
God.
Yeah, I kept a triple Martyr with a Ghost Quarter hand, and he kept like multiple Skull Cracks, and we both just run 1 mana for a long time. Shout out to Hunter, great guy. That match was actually really close. Anyway, moving on to SCG top 8.
Yeah, so SCG Syracuse was won by Benjamin Lau, who piloted Living End, which, oh boy, in a world full of Blue-White Control, I think this deck is like just hot, right?
Absolutely.
In so let me put it on screen real quick. Benjamin Lau right here. So I think this deck has a lot of game against Blue-White Control. I know that Matthias and the other guy that was commentating,
Ryan.
What's that?
I think
Evan, what?
Ryan Overturf.
Ryan Overturf, sure. But they were saying how Blue-White has like a great matchup against this, and how they just pick their counter spells at the right. Like, no, that's wrong. You're wrong. It's very hard to navigate because, especially after sideboarding, you have to realize what you want to cut. Do you want to cut all your Raz and bring in more counter spells, or do you want to just fight them and try and stop them from going off and casting their Cascade spells? But I don't know. Star City's metagame seemed a lot different than the GP's metagame, that's for sure.
Yeah, so. I 100% agree with that. That's a very interesting point. Is there something that we're not seeing, or is it just like different parts of the of the country or of the world play different styles?
Yeah, I mean,
or is it like the pro scene people know how to play, like?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, the pros, the higher tier pros, like at GP levels, Luis Salvato, those gold and platinum level pros, they know how to metagame a lot better than your typical SCG grinder. So I think the metagames are going to be a lot different for that reason, but also because different regions have different ideas. Like, that's just a thing. So. But yeah, the metagame is crazily different. So here are the top 8 deck lists that top 8'd in Syracuse. It was Living End, Humans, Burn, Humans, Hardened Scales, Storm, Blue-White Control, and Burn. So 3 Burn decks, only 1 Blue-White Control deck, and two Humans, and Living End won it. So... Big difference.
Absolutely. So like multiple burn decks, multiple human stacks, which like you can equate those to being the same thing as Bant Spirits and being like an aggro tempo deck.
Yeah.
Like if you want to compare the top 8 of SCGs to the top 8 of, something they have in common is that there was one Storm in each. So that's three decks that are similar. So like 2 aggro tempo decks,
Yeah.
a Storm deck, and then you have blue-white control, so that's one of the same. And then the rest are Burn, Hardened Scales, and Living End, which those spots are all taken by blue-white control.
Did either of you see, or did anyone see the Storm players quarterfinals versus Burn?
No.
He was literally at 4 and stormed off enough to put his opponent to 1 with a Baral in play. His opponent cycled Relic of Progenitus on his turn and drew a Boros Charm to win the game. Paul Mueller was so mad, and the guy was like, "Yes, woo!" And Paul was just like, oh my gosh, heartbreaking.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
That's rough.
So,
wow. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Damn.
So yeah, going into, does anyone want to say anything else about the tournament tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in the differences of the two, from the GP level to the SCG level. And one big thing is they did a really cool thing, the GP did. They showed the breakdown of the people coming off of 3 buys, what decks they were playing.
I really liked that they did that.
It was pretty cool. I think it was 40 or whatever the most was, blue-white control.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
The percent was absurd.
Yeah, it was like blue-white control, then Jeskai was like the top 2. And I was like, wow. Okay, anyway, keep going.
Oh, I was just going to pull up this Storm list to kind of show everyone what was going on there. Anything?
Yeah, he was playing some pretty sweet cards in the sideboard. I really like the inclusion of Thing in the Ice. I think it's really good, especially if there's a lot of spirits and humans going around. You can side into Thing in the Ice and have a lot more interaction. And I did see that he was tweeting out that it was very, very good against humans, spirits, aggro decks, zoo and stuff.
Yeah.
It seemed really, really good. Paul has been playing Storm for pretty much as long as... Yeah, he's been playing it for a very, very long time. I've played him in multiple big events, and he's just a really, really good guy. And losing like that kind of sucks. Losing to like a last-ditch effort Boros Charm.
Yeah, that's rough. I don't know. What do you think about this format right now? This feels like the format's finally starting to settle from, like, Teferi made a big splash and, like, a couple others, like, key Dominaria cards, but, like, I don't know.
I had, while moving my friend's apartment today and yesterday, we had a conversation, and he brought up the fact he thinks that there's been one card that's changed the format of Modern in the last 6 months more than any other card. I'll give you one guess. What do you think it is?
And it's not Teferi?
It is not Teferi.
That'd be my guess. I don't know.
Field of Ruin.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Right? It's
that has changed the format a lot. Like, very quietly.
Very quietly, but very effectively.
Yeah.
It's been very just like blue-white Jeskai, the green-black rock decks. Even the Martyr deck plays 4 Field of Ruins. Any of your Death and Taxes decks play. Like it's just like it's kind of just been like, hey, everyone agrees that it's a very good card and that it's better than Tech Edge, so we're putting it in our decks, and then it just happens to be very, very good.
I've seen Tron decks playing it just as like a 1 or 2 of to get the opposing Tron players, like for the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's insane.
I mean that's fair. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I don't know. I think Teferi has affected the format more, but
it's affected 2 decks. Field of Ruin has affected more decks than we can count.
I mean, it only goes in 2 decks, but I think it has completely brought those. It helped create the Miracles archetype again.
I think the unbanning of Jace did that.
I mean, I don't think that deck would be nearly as effective without Teferi.
That's fair. I guess that's fair.
Like, yes, Jace being able to put Terminus back on top of your deck is huge, but I don't know. Teferi is very relevant to this format. What do you think, Alex? Teferi more effective than Field of Dominaria to Modern, or Field of Ruin?
Whew, that's a close one. I mean, Blue White and Jeskai obviously play many copies. many copies of Teferi. You're always packing two. But no, what I was gonna say is, Field of Ruin. A lot of different decks play that card. So
right,
and I think it's a fair point. Like, my friend Chris, that I was moving his apartment, he said, "What card?" And I said, "Oh, Field of Teferi." He's like, "No," and I said, "Fatal Push." He's like, "No." I'm like, man, what card are you talking about? Like, Inventor's Fair can't be it. War of Invention can't be it. And then he's like, Field of Ruin. And I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I see that. So, I don't know. I think I tend to agree with him. Teferi has played a big part in Modern. There's, like, no doubt about that. But I think Field of Ruin might be a little more, I don't know.
Yeah. They've both impacted the format heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the fact that they both go into the same deck too is like insane. I mean,
since we're talking about Teferi, might as well talk about our card of the week.
Yeah, so this is a new segment that we're doing. We're all kind of not tilting this week, believe it or not. So we wanted to do a different segment, and this is card of the week. So playing off of Teferi, I guess I'll start with my initial one. It's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. As we saw at GP Stockholm, there was 4 decks with Teferi in it, and each of them had 2 copies. So,
Teferi's just a great card. There's no doubting that.
It's easily the best Planeswalker printed since what? Liliana?
Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Like Liliana, the Last Veil.
The Last Veil?
The Last Fail? The Last Fail.
Correct. That's what it's called, right?
Lily the Last Hope.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, it's exactly what control decks needed. Turns out that Blue-White needed more than just Jace coming back to Modern. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was pretty underwhelming before Teferi got printed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Control's got a bunch recently, but what about you, Kyle? What's your card?
My card of the week is going to be probably Terminus. Seeing that card getting played in all the blue-white decks, I saw so many Miracle Terminuses that were just insane. Getting lucky is part of the game. You have to get lucky some part of a tournament to win it. And playing a Miracle card is going to inhibit the being lucky thing to another degree. So there's a lot of Terminuses that were just like, hey, it wins me the game. Like, I didn't set it up. I didn't brainstorm with Jace. I didn't opt. I just drew it for my turn, and it's going to win me this game. So Terminus, my card of the week, kind of goes along with Teferi.
Yeah.
Seems good.
What about you, Evan?
So mine's the exact opposite direction. Mine's the oldest, truest, tested card in the game, and it's Lightning Bolt. As I was looking over all the results and watching this weekend, I didn't realize how big of a resurgence Burn made.
Yeah, specifically at the Open, it was crazy.
Well, and like not only that, but did you talk about the Classic results too?
We did.
Where it was literal half of the top 8. 4 of the top 8 for the Modern Classic was Burn. So like,
the exact that is so interesting because again at the GP half of the top 8 was blue white and then half in the Classic was. That's so interesting to me.
Well, and like I think it's we're seeing a shift where humans was the quote unquote best deck for a couple of weeks, and like
Definitely.
now I think we've kind of transitioned to blue-white being the quote unquote best deck for a couple of weeks. So like the decks that prey on that, Burn being far and above one of the best for beating up on blue-white,
Yeah.
like gets to have its time in the sun again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I mean, all three cards, obviously, you could say, are good picks. So, all right, moving on to the Nexus, we have a lot to talk about in the ways of DQs. Obviously, there's a Player of the Year race going on. So, first off, I just want to talk about Matt Foulks. Kyle, this man, he got DQ'd, and then an investigation ensued, and then he got punished pretty much.
Yeah, he got an 18-month suspension for lying to a judge. He got his Flooded Strand promo at Nationals, and then got asked if he had already got it from a different judge, and he said no. And then somehow they figured out that he had already gotten one, so they DQ'd him and gave him an 18-month ban. There's been some people very happy with this ban, some people unhappy.
Evan,
Evan, what do you think, man?
Evan, I was going to say, read that tweet that you shared with us in the pre-show.
So Cedric Phillips,
he was not happy.
So this man is not happy about this at all. Hold on, let me pull it back up here real quick.
So something about.
So here it is.
Yeah.
So Cedric Phillips tweeted in response, like after hearing about the situation, and it says, "You disgust me to my core, and I hope for your sake that our paths never cross again. You are the direct opposite of everything I and many others worked so hard to stand for within this community, and you should be ashamed of yourself."
Harsh words from a. I mean, at this point, I know Cedric Phillips had a lot of. Well, not a lot. I don't want to say a lot, but coming up, he would coming through the pros and up the ranks, I guess, into the position that he holds in the community now. He a lot of people didn't like him, but I think at this point he's kind of redeemed himself, and he's a trusted member of the community at this point. So
I agree.
For him to say such harsh words, and if you
it's rough.
Yeah, I mean it's rough. It's not a good look for Matt. I mean, obviously he was just. I'm conflicted because on the one hand, Matt Foulks was probably just joking around, but on the other hand, the dude got an extra Flooded Strand because he lied about it. Was he it's easy to say retroactively that he was gonna I was gonna give it back, but who knows, honestly, if he was really gonna give it back, right? I don't know. I'm super conflicted on this one.
It's hard for me because obviously what he did is wrong. I can't support lying and stealing from any aspect of our community, but I don't know if I can justify a 1.5-year ban. It feels like Wizards is just trying to use this as make him an example.
So
yeah, I agree with that. I don't think 18 months was necessary. Could have done 6 months.
He's not
done 10 months.
I don't think I don't think he got banned because of the stealing of the card or whatever. I know he got banned because he lied to a judge. Folks,
yeah, I mean, I see that.
Do not lie to a judge. No, you that is, if you lie to a judge at any level of Magic in the competitive scene, you will get banned. As long as there's an investigation that proves you lied to a judge, 100% of the time you will get banned, no matter if it was anything.
And I'm not saying he shouldn't be banned, but assuming this is his first offense, of this nature, I there are too many things that I've seen Wizards not step up and ban people for that this feels like they're like, oh, well, we can't let another one go by. Let's stop this now, and let's ban them for it doesn't matter how high amount of time. Like, it doesn't even feel like this doesn't feel like an 18-month ban offense.
Right.
I agree with that.
No, I
At
gotcha.
least not as a first offense.
Meanwhile, Alex Bertoncini's top 8 in GPs. Like, I get it. I get. It's the optics of it, right? More so than the actual ban. Like, we all agree that if you lie to a judge, you get banned. But, like, I don't know. It's one of those things that there is a line, and he definitely crossed it. So it sucks. I enjoy.
There's no denying that.
Yeah, I enjoy his streams. He's a bit on the edgier side than most Magic streamers, especially in the pro ranks. He's like on the cusp of being like a top level pro, right? So he's kind of still at that point where he's still mostly known for streaming, but I don't know. He's quite edgy for being a pro level Magic player, that's for sure. So
yeah, I agree.
But he was joking around, and whether you're joking or not, you gotta live with the choices that you make in life.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
All right, so what's this errata you're talking about?
Yeah, so invert.
At first,
I'm trying to find it here on. Here it is, right here on Mythic Spoiler. Let's swap over to this screen. So yeah, invert is a instant for a blue and a red. Switch the power and toughness of each of up to 2 target creatures. Period. End of spell. The other half of the card doesn't matter. So how does Wizards keep doing this, guys? So the problem here, if you didn't know, it doesn't say until end of turn. So literally, it would be chaos trying to figure out how to keep track. And especially for new players, like, there's no way. There's no way. Kyle, you look like you disagree.
No, that's just weird.
Like,
how this card has been in print through Wizards, like, privately for almost a year now.
Over, because FFL is 2 years in advance, right?
Yeah, but they print it at about 11 months out.
Oh, sure, I see what you're saying.
So, like, this has been on sheets in distribution for almost a year. How is this the first time anyone's like, oh, guess we should have caught that?
Yeah, I mean,
whoops.
It's just, again, Wizards being Wizards. Like, how in the world, on day 0, when it was spoiled, oh, this card's kind of cool, it's going to be doing some things in Limited, and literally, oh, wait, hold up, timeout, hit the pause button, like, we have to get this errated. And Aaron Forsyth tweeted, yep, this card's not right. We gotta change it. So you're gonna open this in your pack, and like it's gonna be so chaotic for pre-releases and drafts for new players. Well, wait, it doesn't say that. Why? Look here, it doesn't say that. It says not till end of turn, and then you're gonna have the feel bads, and like you're gonna have to go in and be like, well, it kind of got changed, and oops, I don't know. I'm
saying is, though, pick these up when they come out. They'll be a cool keepsake. Because the second printing will be fixed.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they go back and reprint the set. They'll go make that change.
Yeah.
It's just like a 2-second fix. You fix it in the program, and then you print it out.
Yeah, it's like a first edition.
I just want to know how this happens. After Skull Clamp, like, well, we gave you the one pass, and like, for those of you who don't know the Skull Clamp story, go look it up at some point, because Wizards allowed the most busted card to ever be printed. And then, like, literally the day the set came out, they're like, nope, we messed up, sorry. Can't play that. Like, ever since then, how does this continue to happen?
Well, it's happened even recently, way more recently than that, with Hostage Taker. Hostage Taker could target itself, and then you create an infinite loop where it just bing, 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 and then the game ends in a draw. Like, that shouldn't happen. They're a multi-million-dollar corporation with under the umbrella of Hasbro. Like, bruh, you can't be doing. This is such a big oversight to me.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I agree.
I don't.
It's just good old Wizards being Wizards.
Yep, Wizards being Wizards.
I like this being the last thing we're talking about today as a Player of the Year race.
Yeah.
Luis Savatio had 3 outcomes today. He could miss the top 8. He could miss the top 8 and be in second place, and Mansfield would win the Player of the Year race by like 1 point. He could make top 8 and lose in the quarterfinals and have it be a tie, and they would have to do a playoff. Or he would win the quarterfinals, and if he wins the quarterfinals, he's straight up just the Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But he got bodied by Bant Spirits, Andre
Strasky.
Who ended up winning the whole thing, so you lost the person that won it, so don't feel too bad.
He beat him pretty badly too.
It was pretty bad.
2 straight games.
Okay, so it's all cool, sad. I'm so excited though.
Oh, the playoff's gonna be awesome.
If I'm honest, I was hoping Andre Strasky won.
Right.
Because I don't know if you guys got to watch the last one. It's only happened once. It was in 2010.
I was about to
with
ask.
Guillaume Matillon and Brad Nelson.
Yeah.
Is Guillaume Matillon Guillaume Matillon? Anyway.
I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm so excited.
He's like the control god, sorry.
Yeah, and he lost. Brad Nelson's the best. It's
Rip.
cool. Don't ever let Brad Nelson play standard. You'll lose.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
like the man of standard.
They get to pick what format it is. They get to pick the
Wow,
time and
really?
place. This, yeah.
So
there's no set format for it right now. There's a process, but I don't know what it is.
So you're
they
telling
probably
me?
just agree.
Yeah.
Probably. It's like, all right, what do you guys want to play?
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff on Twitter on what they should play. People are like old school standard, 93, 94, vintage,
competitive EDH.
They're gonna make them
EDH.
They're gonna make them play Brawl to push the.
Oh
that
my
would be
god,
so bad.
That would be dope.
I would
real talk. That.
I would watch it, of course, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. I think something in between those two. I think Mansfield would like it to be standard. I think Salvato would like it to be modern.
I think realistically it'll be modern.
It's got to be.
I think so.
I think Wizards will want it to be modern. It's their most pushed format.
Well, it's their It's their most popular format. They push standard like hell. They're like, standard. It's shit
standard.
Right now. We're still gonna shove it down your throat.
And it depends how good standard is, with the new set.
Standard, that's why the Pro Tour schedule doesn't have formats attached to them right now.
Because
standard's
that's
so
the new
bad.
format. Well, no. I think it's because they're going to announce a new format, and one of the Pro Tours is going to be the new format.
What?
Arena.
Yep.
That's it. Remember episode 1?
No.
We talked about it.
No.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Arena. Starting from
Mauro
Rivals of
said
Ixalan on.
it's not a if, it's a when for a new format. So if they announce this fall or winter that there's going to be Origins forward as a new set,
I wonder.
I'm telling you, it's going to be from Kaladesh
I wonder
forward.
if that's what the announcement on the 19th could be.
Ooh, that'd be hot. My money is on Origins.
Something big.
So you're
my
telling
money
me
is
I
that
shouldn't get rid of my Scarab Gods?
I would not. I would keep some Scarab Gods.
Yeah.
I think
least
that if they
until
were to do one, it
announcement.
would be Origins forward, so that there's not fetch lands in the format. You get the dual lands of Cave of Koilos. You get all the Eldrazi, which are they're fair cards.
They would have shocks back in.
You'll get shocks. You'll have.
Wait, then what was Frontier?
Frontier was
Cons forward.
Cons forward, and that had 4-color rally.
Yeah. That format was bad because there was only 5 shocks, in my opinion.
That format was sweet.
The format. I think the format was fun, but it was.
It was just old standard. Here's the issue: is you have to find a way to make a format fun that isn't just standard from last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all Frontier felt like.
Well, they have to introduce a equilibrium of mana bases too. You can't have just 5 shocks. You either have all 10 of them or none of them, because the decks become so skewed.
So after
to your point,
the second set of guilds come out, then you have all the shocks and all the buddies.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, would all the buddies be in?
Yes.
Yes, because they're in standard
Because they
right
printed
now.
it in
They're all in standard
Ixalan
right now.
and then in
Yeah.
Dominaria.
Yo, that would be really dope if it went from then, because then you still get to play. Oh my god, just all
You get to play the flip
Origin
juice.
Walkers, yeah.
Yeah, Origin Walkers. You get to play Liliana, which means you can play that old Aristocrats deck
Yep.
that played Catacomb Sifter and stuff. That'd be my deck, man.
This is like reliving last 2 season standards.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah,
you
but like,
build
when are
on
they going
it.
to start?
I don't think that I don't know. I don't think that has longevity.
I think it does.
I think it
I
does.
think starting after
I agree.
Fetch Lands is a great idea because Fetch Lands make both in-game games take longer and the viewing experience worse.
Yeah.
And the prices, dude.
And the prices would actually
Scalding
be
Tarts
so
are
far down.
$80. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that Origins would be a great starting point. Maybe it's like after Energy, but like I think that it would be fine to have Energy in the format.
yeah, but so the thing is like have a banned list. The problem, one of the problems with Frontier, there was no ban list. Like you had cards
So, like-
in Frontier that were banned in Modern. Like what? That doesn't make sense.
So like you create this format and you immediately are like ban Felidar Guardian, ban Aether. I don't even think you ban Aetherworks Marvel anymore, but
Probably not.
there's nothing good to hit off of it, or at least not as good.
Yeah, I mean, like all the decks are going to be different. So like, what are you going to be playing? You're not going to be playing against the same things every time. I think that the amount of decks that you can play is going to be so wide that this format would be really, really fun.
They need to start so assuming that they
Possible.
that they do this, they need to have like a preliminary test for it. And
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
let's-
whatever they're going to do, they've been testing.
and like not just to willy-nilly ban
They
cards,
always
like
vet all their cards.
like the fact that Jace was banned for so long and that Stoneforge Mystic is still banned for crimes in standard is like they need to get the ban list correct. That way we don't have to wait 10 plus years to get the sweet cards, you know? Like I want to see Go ahead.
I do want to give my boy Jeff Hooglin a shout out. I love every time that he loses to Storm or Hollow One or something. He just like zooms in on Baral or a Goblin Electromancer and says, "Too bad there's not a card that wins the game the turn after it comes down on turn 2." Like it would be such a shame if Stoneforge Mystic was legal,
Right.
and we could put a Batter Skull into play on the end of our opponent's third turn.
Stoneforge,
too
Stoneforge
good.
Mystic 2 busted at on turn 2, right?
Yeah, and like
too good.
it's just so stupid. Like, and his opponent put down 3 Hollow Ones turn 1 off of Burning Inquiry, and like he said,
Wow.
yeah, but Stoneforge. He goes, Stoneforge is too good. Okay, guys, I'm done for the day. And like,
Just signed off.
just signed off.
Wow.
It's like, yeah. So, unban Stoneforge.
Hashtag
Hook
me up.
unban
Hook me up.
Stoneforge.
Put Chris
Yeah.
McCool in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Yeah, when's that announcement? Do we know when that announcement is?
The
Hall
next
of
should
Fame?
be it. Should be at Worlds.
Worlds. That's
Oh
what it is.
yeah,
That's what
you're
it
right.
is.
You're right.
So
'Cause it's
next
the-
weekend?
Yeah, it's the day before.
Yeah, next
Worlds,
weekend.
So
Yeah. So we should have it next weekend to talk about.
Sweet.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm about
So
it.
trust me, if Chris
Come
McCool
on.
ain't in there, I'm gonna have a nice tilt
The
topic.
whole set. The whole night's
whole-
gonna be a tilt.
The whole show is gonna be why isn't this man in the front?
I'm
I think that
just
if
gonna
he
be
doesn't
mad
get
the
in,
whole time.
I think if he doesn't get in, then there's going to be like actual like fights on Twitter. Like I think it's going to go down.
I will say, I don't want to like. If I had a vote right now, I wouldn't want to be talking about it unless I was very pro Chris Pakula.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Like,
you're not voting
there's
for Chris,
no-
Chris Pakula, don't say who you're voting for.
Just don't say that you have a vote right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a list of people who have votes on
I
Wizard,
know, but
so
not everybody's gonna go track it down.
That's
Mhm.
fair. That's fair.
Like-
Yeah.
But yeah, so any final thoughts? Let's move to the final slide here. Bada bing, bada boom. The cleanup step. Anybody have any final thoughts for the week heading into what is it? So next week's Worlds. So
Next week is World.
we'll be talking.
World,
I believe-
and
Let me
there's
verify that.
2 PPTQs this weekend, which is pretty sweet. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at game night, Sunday at Maplewood Fantasy Shop. So if you're in the St. Louis area, hook up.
What formats?
They are both modern.
Modern.
Ooh, know what I'm doing this weekend.
Yep, yeah, so
Season's
if you're in
past,
St.
coming
Louis,
after you.
Uh-oh.
Come on down. If not, come to St. Louis, play some PPTQs.
Definitely.
That's what I'm going to be up to.
Support your LGSs.
Yeah. Besides that, school and work, that's for me.
What about you,
What
Evan?
about you, Alex?
Oh, whoop. Evan, what about you?
I'm just grinding a lot of modern. Should be at Maplewood tomorrow, maybe this weekend. That's about it for me.
Very sweet. I'm going to try and hit that PTQ up on Saturday. So other than that, I'll probably play blue-white. Might play Jeskai. We'll see. We'll see what's...
Play blue-white.
Yeah.
It's better.
You got that Jace for me, though, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet. So, yeah, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Again, if you are watching this live on Twitch right now, head on over to our YouTube channel. Just search up The Snapcast. And if you're on YouTube, check out The Snapcast on Twitch. Snapcast MTG is our handle on there. But, yeah, thanks for everyone for hanging out with us tonight. It's been real 100. Have a good night. See y'all.